Hey, everybody, welcome to the Art of Relationship show. Going to be talking about the truths about communication. Okay, some key areas that, let's face it, every single couple I've dealt with for over 2 decades, they talk about, Greg, we have trouble communicating. Okay, everybody hears about this, but I want to give you some tips coming up, and you can sort of laugh and understand each other and even joke around. But when things get serious, that's what matters. When one of you have an issue about what's going on, and to stop you from getting defensive, okay, from fighting, going tit for tat. Pay attention. I'll be right back after this, people. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, as always, Greg Dudzinski, fully licensed professional counselor, have been for over 2 decades, relationship and sex specialist as well. And talking about communication, everybody might get bored with it, right? Oh, communicating, da 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 da, right? We communicate great. We know when each other's pissed off, when each other's angry or has an issue with each other. It's, excuse me, about working through those aspects so you can learn about each other, you understand each other better, and you're not going to have, you know what, the resentment and build and build and build until you explode, right? And that's where I don't want people to go after. And I hear this on a daily basis. Okay. I hear this, let's be real, on a daily basis, numerous times a day. Number one issues, I get, potential couples, clients calling me, hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Sorry to hear you're going through all this problem. Oh, yeah, we need to communicate better. I hear this so many times, and it gets boring, right? A lot of, not to me, I get it, but it gets boring to a lot of people hearing about communication. We have issues about communicating. I want to give you some tips to help you clarify what is going on in a relationship. When everything's great, everything's great, you're joking around, everything's flowing. Remember when you first started maybe dating, first got married, man, everything just jibed, the honeymoon stage, right, going on, and you're wondering what the hell happened to it, right? We understood each other, we cared about each other, we learned about each other, great. So what happened to cause it going sideways? I'm sort of chuckling, laughing a little bit because I know I've been there myself, right? So, what can help keep that going, right? And we know life happens, COVID happened the last couple years, stuff is going on that stresses us out. Real life, maybe financial challenges. One of you lost a job, a ill child, lost a loved one. All this stuff, life happens, right? Does that mean you can't communicate what is going on? Number one, I tell people, I want you to understand your partner, what they're saying, what they're communicating. Hey, Murad, I appreciate it. Hey, peace. And I want to know what is happening uh, with your partner. What is going on? So I tell people all the time, okay? I call it questions of care and concern, okay? Or questions of curiosity. Why or what is causing your partner to feel mad, to feel angry, to feel hurt, to feel sad, maybe depressed, bummed out, not having a great day? Instead of, let's face it, part of communication, right, is the nonverbals. And, how many people have dealt with this? They roll their eye. I'm guilty of this from time to time as well. And to be able to look at, your partner rolls her eyes, what does that communicate to your partner, right? You're like, oh, here we go again, right? Oh, it's another issue. There's always issues, right? And you're communicating with each other, your partner, that you don't care what is going on with them. That might not be true, but that is what you're communicating with them just by an eye roll. And it might not be intentional. With me, it might be reflexive, and I need to work on that. Okay. So to be able to look at what are you doing to show interest in your partner, right? To show interest, what that person has to say. Again, why are they upset? Why are they mad? Hey, what made them have a great day? So by showing that you're engaged and you're paying attention. Let's face it, right? Are you facing them? Are you showing eye contact, right? Are you being a reflective listener? Meaning, man, I get you. I understand. Man, that's awesome. That's terrific. Tells that person that you are paying attention what is going on. Or if they're mad or they're upset, right? Are you able to say, hey, hon, hey, babe, hey, whatever, handsome, sexy, whatever you acronyms for your partner or for yourself, to go after and try, man, why are you mad? Talk to me. What's going on? Why are you mad? And number one, again, that's going to show your person that you actually care what is going on, right? That you're curious why they're in a certain mood. And that could be from negative to positive, the, freaking hilarious mood to anything, right? That you're going to pay attention to that person by asking those questions out of care and out of curiosity instead of, oh my God, here we go again, right? And that's just going to make things, like I said, it's going to make it go sideways. You're going to have further issues and the resentment build. And maybe one issue is you never listened to me. Now, okay, I hear this often with couples. I've never heard Greg. I feel like he or she never listens to me. That doesn't mean you have to agree. A lot of people assume wrongfully, right, that by not by listening, that means that they have to agree with you. They have to do whatever you want, or they're not listening to you. No, 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 no. There is a difference. I hear you, but that's not for me. You know what? I hear you. I might disagree, but I'm not up for that, right? I don't want to, we're monogamous and I hear you want to maybe try an open relationship or be swingers. That's not for me. That doesn't mean, oh, you're not listening to me. Because you don't get your way does not mean your partner is not listening to you. So, again, go back and think about it, okay? Not a right or wrong. Think about, how would you like to know that your partner is listening to you? Like I said, are they being reflective? Are they asking open-ended or follow-up questions? Man, they had to suck, man. Being in your shoes in that situation had to be tough. Or, man, that's exciting, man. I would have laughed. That would have been hilarious. That you are paying attention by, following up, that you make little comments, right? You little comments about what they're telling you, or, you know what? I can tell by your facial expressions, man. I can tell by your eyes that you're hurt deeply. Man, I can tell, man, that you look like you're ready to cry. What's going on? Talk to me. That you can pay attention to the nonverbals as well as verbals by being, I call it reflective listening, to you're reflecting on what you see in your partner or what you're hearing, right? And again, we need to understand what our partner needs and what's going on. And again, right? Let's go back to voice tone, right? If our partner is, let's face it, they're upset at us, right? They're yelling, screaming. Some people are very calm, cool, and collective when they're talking about what is affecting them, what is bothering them, what they're upset. And some people are very explosive. They go from 0 to 10 right off the rip. You rock, right? And I tell people, you know what? This takes a lot of skill. Okay. It takes practice to be able to learn it, but you can do it. You can self soothe. There we go. Communicating as I trip over my tongue. You can self soothe. Okay. You can just slow that exhale, right? You can, and then just hold on a second, right? Hey, what are you mad about? I want to know what's going on, but don't attack me, right? I'm not trying to attack, right? Please don't yell. Please talk to me. See, again, you can handle that situation if someone's yelling and screaming at you and say, hey, you know what? Why are you yelling? Why are you screaming at me? I want to listen. I want to know what's going on. Again, reflective, right? You want to know what's going on with your partner, but that doesn't mean you get to be yelled at, screamed at, or ignored. Big time, okay? So you can command that respect and say, I want to listen to you. I want to know what's going on. I can't listen to you while you're yelling and screaming at me. And if they continue, you know what? I told you, come and find me when you're able to talk to me and not yell at me, and then walk away. And some people feel like that's very rude. That's very disrespectful. No, it isn't, because you're already telling that person what you want to listen to them, and you're not going to get yelled at. That's part of commanding self respect for yourself. And then you can walk away. That's holding on to yourself. That is having that self love and self respect. And you're also telling that person you want to listen to them. You care about what's going on, but you're not going to be treated in a certain aspect. Okay. So you look at how you communicate with your partner and how they communicate with you. I said, are they attacking? Are you coming at each other like attacking, right? Or are you in a situation where you're coming to the person? Are you speaking from here and people, from the heart and soul? Are you speaking, man, I was upset. I was hurt when you did this. I felt disrespected by da 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 da, whatever those actions are that your partner did. And again, it might not be intentional. You're going after, again, learning out of, you want to understand, you're curious what is going on with your partner. So trying to transfer or shift from being attacked to more about, hey, I hear you. However, I'm not going to be attacked or yelled at or screamed at. Another situation about communicating with people, and I love to talk. I can talk about anything, just about anything, right? And we all have our pet peeves, what we like, what we don't like in the world. That situation, right? But can we still talk about it and learn? Hey, why do you disagree with me? I never thought about that. That's not for me, or I still might disagree with you, but you're hearing each other. That is going to be a big thing when you communicate, even if you disagree, right? That you are still going to be heard, you're going to be understood, right? And you're going to feel respected. That's going to be a huge plus in your relationship when communication goes sideways, okay? So, are you able to be self reflective, right? Are you coming at your partner versus to your partner when it comes to certain situations, right? Again, nothing is perfect. It takes practice like anything else, right, people? So, the more you practice, the more you're going to get it ingrained, and it's going to, form that neural pathway, the new neural pathway up here in our brain and the prefrontal cortex. And I'm not getting into all that psychobabble or, neurology aspects, but you're going to form new ways of reacting, new ways of coming to each other instead of at each other. Okay. So, again, sounds simple. It takes practice, and that's okay, right? Realize you're not going to be perfect at it. I'm not perfect at it. And I've been doing this for over 2 decades now, being a licensed professional counselor in the field. So you look at, if you feel your partner, even if they're coming to you or at you, let's say that, and you are one that gets very defensive, right? Your automatic response, whoa, you did this. You know what? Yeah, well, right? That you want to attack back because you feel hurt. Maybe you feel attacked, but there's ways that doesn't mean you get to attack back, right? Remember, I've said in numerous episodes, you know what? We feel a certain way. That's great. We want to own what we feel. Absolutely. But what we do with that, that's on us. That doesn't give us the right to fight back. That doesn't mean it gives us right to maybe, argue back and forth or to attack. And there's some people, they don't do anything. They shut down. How many people you want to have a deep hearted conversation and what's going on, or an issue in a relationship, and your partner shuts down? They don't attack. Maybe they get defensive one word and then they shut down, and you try to have a conversation with them and they won't speak. They won't talk back. Or it's simple. I can't talk now. That's great. Let me know when you can. But that, never happens. It never gets resolved. And that is part of communication, right? You want to make sure you're both on the same page. You both understand each other. And if you or your partner shuts down and you can't have an understanding, nothing will get resolved. It'll just linger, and that resentment will be built up back and back. And maybe the partner, or maybe you're the one that shuts down. You don't want to argue. You don't want to fight. Great. I don't want to fight either. However, what are you doing to clarify to your partner what's going on with you? Because they might not know what you're thinking. They might feel, right? They might understand what you're feeling because you shut down. You're either upset, pissed off, maybe you're hurt, but they don't know what's going on because you won't communicate those elements. Maybe you need a minute. That's okay. Just say, hey, give me a minute, please. Okay. And then, get that minute, 2 minutes, whatever it is. And then can you engage? So a lot of times yelling, screaming, and attacking your partner could do the same thing to your partner if you are one that shuts down. You don't want to listen. You don't want to hear them. You're not curious what's going on with him or her in the relationship. And they're trying to learn about what's going on with you, but you won't let them in. So, you know what? Even shutting down all the time or yelling and screaming, they're two different things, two different tactics, if you will. However, they're telling your partner the same thing, that you don't care what they have to say. You want to just ignore it and you want to, just forget about it. And that's going to make your relationship go sideways real quick. Or it's just going to be a matter of time before, oh, we can't talk about anything without it going sideways. We can't even have a conversation about what we like about maybe sex. And I posted this, throughout the week. We can't even talk about what you like because I don't know. You never talk about it, right? Or, what really gets you mad about the world? What do you love about the world? You can have deep conversations about what's going on, but a lot of people have an issue about maybe communicating about a certain topic because it hits hot buttons, right? Sex, religion, finances, parenting could be a big time. What about the in-laws, or if you want to call them the outlaws in that situation? Okay. Remember, people, you can chat down below, throw your questions out there, throw your comments out there. I'd love to hear them. And I'm here for you. I want to be able to help you have the relationship you crave, and also that relationship that you have within, yourself, about promoting self-love and self-respect. Okay. So, want to go back down again. Look at, voice tones. Okay. Look at nonverbals, your facial expressions, right? Maybe you're talking calm, but your eyes are shooting fire out of them, right? Or lightning out of them because you're mad, you're upset. Being calm and your eyes are like, "Ugh." You're pissed off, you're growling. You want to just, attack your partner, but I'm remaining so calm. But your body posture, your tone, your how your eyes are, right? They might tell a different story. So, with body posturing, again, are you facing your partner saying, hey, I want to listen to you, talk to me, I'm right here, right? Or are you, you got your back turned to them, which is rude, right? Well, first they should, hey, I want to talk to you. And hey, do you have a minute? Absolutely, right? Because they could be in the middle of something. Their back is turned because they're working on something or doing something. They're not trying to be rude. Oh, you won't even listen. And we're like, huh, what? So grab their attention. And you want to make sure with the body posturing that you show that you are engaged, you're interested, you're curious what's going on, right? And it's not just, oh, one of these aspects. And we know people, they might be anxious. It might be difficult for them to stand still, or they feel anxious about talking about a certain topic. So it might not be intentional that they're doing this. And this is one thing where, again, communication comes in. "Man, I'm just anxious. It makes me nervous." "Oh, I get you. Okay." And it's not done intentional that you're trying to hurry up and brush that person away. You're like, oh, are you done yet? You might not even have to say the words, "Are you done yet?" You're like looking at your watch. I don't wear watches, or, your phone, that type of thing. That's telling your person you're not engaged. And how many people look at that, right? Partners on the phone when you're trying to talk to them, right? I'm guilty of that. I'm sure we all are, but we can learn and try to do a better job at paying attention. So look at, I call it posturing in your body posture. Are you facing them? Are you being attentive? Are you using reflective, the listening aspects that I talked about towards the beginning of this episode? Are you showing that you're dismissive, you're annoyed with them, you really don't want to be bothered talking to your partner? And these are huge elements within the communication aspects, okay? And about being engaged. Are you, yeah, tell me, I'm listening. I want to know what, what's going on. I'm here. I'm right there. Man, that's terrible. I want, what? I want to do a better job. And you're using the eye contact, right? And I tell parents when I used to work with kids and teens years ago, you know, parents, you look at me when I'm talking to you, right? Teens don't do that. They feel judged. They feel like, again, an authority figure is way up here and they're down here. Teens are different, right? You can talk to them side by side and the eye contact. You can teach them eye contact is important, absolutely. But that's one they can grow and mature in, okay? But with adults, since we're dealing with adults, are you showing that you're engaged? Are you showing that you're interested in what your partner has to say based on your face expressions, based on your body posturing? If you want to have a discussion, you could be laying side by side in bed, right? What if you turned on the side or sat up more and faced each other more so we're engaged, or laying on each other's side, and that you're engaged? I don't even know if that looks like I'm laying in bed, but looking at those avenues that you're more engaged, you want to know what's going on. Like I said, I'm not perfect. So you don't have to be perfect, but you want to be a better communicator for your partner. Some people are very blunt. They're great at communicating. Hold on. They're great at saying words, but they don't communicate well at all, right? Because what they say, their body posture doesn't show it. Their voice tone sort of contradicts the words, right? Right. You know what? I'm very hurt by you. I'm very upset. I'm very devastated. And you're like, what? You're saying the words, but they don't show that they're devastated to you or they're hurt by you, right? It's like a robot. They communicate the words, but does your body language, your facial expressions, is it congruent? Does it match your words and what you are feeling? Man, I'm so hurt. I'm devastated. I can't believe this happened. My life feels like whatever. You get me? So are your words matching with what you're feeling, right? Do the emotional expressions match the intensity of what you're feeling and what your words are saying, not just like a robot? So that's something else to be able to look at. Okay. So these are just some tips that can help you communicate better and be a better listener and be a better communicator overall, right? Are you one that is attacking your partner when there's an issue? Are you coming to your partner instead of at each partner? Or are you one that just wants to shut down and pretend nothing ever happened? You know what? Oh, we disagree. We got in a little tiff, but then nothing else is ever healed. And then the next day or a couple hours later, everything's fine. And your partner's like, hey, man, this still hits me. And you just want to move on. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to, right? And then you have to look at compatibility and what are you doing to be a better partner and a better communicator in the relationship. So look at voice tone, look at facial expressions, look at body posture, and you will start being a lot better communicator in your relationship for yourself and also for your partner. Okay. So again, check out the Art of Relationship show like this every Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern time. You can find the live show, the video show live on YouTube and Facebook under Love Guru Greg. Just do a search or for the Art of Relationship show, and you can do a search on all audio platforms out there. It'll be available after each live show, the audio version on every listening platform. Do a search for the Art of Relationship show. And I am getting ready to have some live classes coming out about relationships and looking at the mind, body, heart, and soul, and helping you out in a relationship where you get to be heard, you get to talk, you get to ask questions. And it's not just via chat. You're going to be live. I'm going to be able to see you, hear you. If you want to be seen, maybe you just want to be heard, no big deal. And it's going to be private, big time. Okay. So check out my website, theartofrelationships.org. And I said peace again. Peace and love to everybody out there. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.